Going to sermons was an essential part of early modern life. How those preachers prescribed moral behavior gives us some insight into the ethical attitudes about helping the poor. The Early Modern London project started last fall, and we're focused on reconstructing the literary world of London in the 17th century. I work with sermons, and specifically sermons that have discourses around charitable giving. Initially, there are these scans of the physical books in the libraries. Another library coalition works on transcribing those and converts them to XML files that they then make available online for bulk downloading. They embed into them footnotes that reflect original marginal notes in the printed sermons themselves. Because a sermon is so concerned about the Bible, they would have citations of which passages are quoted or invoked. I can just extract the notes tags to give us a glimpse into what was being said about helping the poor. That cuts down the corpus of data significantly, because then I don't need to process the rest of the sermons, the actual text bodies. It's just these marginal notes. Then I can cluster the text based on the density and the distribution of those citations. So which ones are the outliers with a lot of citations, really abundant ones? Which ones have similar amounts and similar citations? And so we can find little groupings with different clustering techniques. It was more difficult than I expected because early modern English is highly irregular in its spelling. And so applying a lot of the modern natural language processing tools can be a challenge if one doesn't go through and standardize everything, lemmatize everything into a more consistent format. For me, that just involved looking through the notes and then constantly updating my dictionaries and rules. I also had to find basically every single possible abbreviation that they used for those biblical books, because they almost never write out the entire book's name. Like how nice it would be if it were only like Matthew, like 35, or then Luke or something. But no, they always have to be like M-A-T, M-A-T-T-H, M-A-T-H, and all sorts of sometimes weird formats. What I constantly have in mind is how could I translate this into a larger data set? It would be so cool to look at the distribution of particular passages in scripture across time and different preachers, or in correspondence to particular historical events. Having a balance of both computational and non-computational methods just allows a lot of flexibility and enables a broader scale of investigation that may be less feasible without those tools.